This is an actual question from the CAT PYQs. It's a question on time, speed, and distance. Before solving this question, a recommendation from my end would be pause the video, try to frame an answer for yourself, and then look at the solution. Only then it will make sense. If you're looking for personalized classes, you can get in touch with me through the links in the description or the banner that is floating in your screen. If you're watching this video on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe because that way you will get a notification for any latest update. Now let's look into this question. It says there is a train X that departs station A at 11 am for station B, which is 180 kilometers away. Another train Y departs from station B at 11 am for station A. X travels at an average speed of 70 kilometers per hour, does not stop anywhere until it arrives at B. Train Y travels at an average speed of 50 kilometers per hour, but has to stop for 15 minutes at C, which is 60 kilometers from B en route A. Ignoring the length of the train, what is the distance? What is the distance to the nearest kilometer from A to a point where the trains start to cross each other? Now, this is a question on relative speed, if you have understood it, because the two trains started to cross each other is going to be the distances between the two trains separating by the relative speed. Let's make some sense of this question now. I will reduce the video palette for me to do some necessary construction. Let me get rid of the webcam feed also because it will hinder the diagrammatic representation. So from A to B, which is a distance of 180 kilometers, I know that this X and Y, now X is starting at 11 am, simultaneously Y is also starting at 11 am from B, but there is a little bit of difference in the speed. This is traveling at a speed of 70 kilometers per hour. This one, however, is traveling at 50 kilometers per hour. Now the next part says that X does not stop anywhere until it reaches its destination, whereas B has to halt for 15 minutes at C. Now what is the significance of C? C is somewhere over there. Okay, this is location C, that is 60 kilometers away from B. Please understand one thing very clearly, that at the speed of 50 kilometers per hour, if I start at 11 p.m., exactly after 1 hour I will be covering a distance of 50 kilometers. Okay, so at 12 a.m., 12 p.m. rather, at 12 p.m. I will be at this location. I can call it a C dash if you wish. Now now the total distance between B and C is 60, so this small stretch is of 10 kilometers. Now I need to understand that at what time I will reach at C location. Okay, so how do we calculate that? The distance that I need to cover is 10 kilometers upon the speed. Okay, I have told you in the classes that time is equal to distance by speed. Hana? So time taken to cross this would be 1/5 of an hour, that is 12 minutes, 1/5 of an hour or 12 minutes. That means I am at this location X exactly at 12 past 15. Now at this location I hold for another 15 minutes, but my other train, that is X, that will keep on running, till 12 past 27, है ना? So how much distance would I be covering in 12 past 27 minutes? Let us, for the sake of simplicity, say that this is till 12:30. Okay, because 12 past 15, sorry, 12 past 12 plus 15 would be 27 minutes. So 12 past 27. But for the sake of simplicity, I'm saying this is 12 past 30. Okay, I'm taking a few minutes more. So in the answer, I will have to adjust. Anyways, now 1.5 hours may how much distance I am covering at the speed of 70 kilometers per hour. So in 1 hour I will be covering 70 kilometers. In 30 minutes I will be covering 35 kilometer. So this distance is 105 kilometers, and this one is 60. So total is 165. So 180 minus 165 is 15. In other words, from location A dash to C is a 15 kilometers cut distance from 1230. Okay, so obviously they have still not started crossing. Somewhere over there they will start crossing. How do we calculate that? That is going to be the distance separating them, that is 15 kilometer, time taken to cross, upon the relative speed. Relative speed is nothing but 70 plus 50, that is 120 kilometers per hour. So this is 15 eights, so 1 upon 8 hours, you can say. Okay, now the question is, in 1 by 8th of an hour, how much distance this train would be covering? So effectively this distance, okay, the one that I'm shading in red, okay, this much distance. So 70, you can either do 70 uh, into 1 by 8, that is time into speed. So that is going to be 70 into 1 by 8. If you take this as 72, this will be 9, approximately 9 kilometers. 9 kilometers more than the 105 kilometer till A dash. So the total distance, so the distance nearest kilometer from A to the point where the train will start crossing will be 105 kilometers plus 9 kilometer. So that is going to be how much? 13, right? Uh, this is 114 kilometers. 114 kilometers. Now remember, we have increase the time from 12 past 12 to 12 past 30, so the actual distance is also going to be a little less. Because I have increased the time, I will have to decrease the distance. Why? Because time is proportional to distance. Okay, if the speeds are all constant, then time is proportional to distance. Since I have increased the speed a little bit, I'll have to decrease the speed. So option number 1 will be my correct answer for this. Some of you might say that there is a lot of calculations in this, but to be very honest, this was meant to showcase that a question like this can very well appear in a CAT, and you should be able to do all these calculations on your own. I don't think this will take more than 2 minutes. More than 2 minutes, never. In an exam condition, I will take like less than 2 minutes to solve this question. But since it's an explanation that I'm giving you, I have to take the, let's say, the time to demonstrate certain things. Okay. Otherwise, all these artistry that I have done over there, I wouldn't have done in an exam condition. So I could very well reduce the speed. So the best idea is to, if you are not comfortable with these type of question, maybe ignore it. But if you are comfortable, you can definitely attempt these questions. Thank you.